Welcome to the Philippines. We're going to be doing a series of videos on our travels from the north in Manila, down through to Mindanao and Surigao, and back up to Manila. We're going to show you some of the more newly developed places in the Philippines, as well as some of the more traditional provinces. It's going to be a great ride. Let's get to it. Welcome back and welcome to the Philippines. We're currently in Surigao, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, we're in Surigao and it's been a little bit of a mission to get here. It's normally difficult to get to the Philippines anyway from Perth because to get to Manila we generally have a stopover. Philippine Airlines, we're about to start a direct flight just before COVID hit from Perth to Manila. And then that obviously went away, and they have just recently announced that they're going to be starting them again, so that's going to be really, really good. But we had to go via Singapore, and that means it's about a 5-hour flight to Singapore and then a 4-hour flight or so to Manila. So how did you feel when they were asking you about your passport?
I'm so nervous. Like my tummy is like that. And feels like I'm gonna poop.
How are you feeling now that you're in Singapore?
I need to poop.
Oh.
I'm excited, but I'm scared and I'm nervous.
What are you scared and nervous about?
Because of the plane, after 3 years, it's so scary. Like like that.
But good thing you got your passport all sorted out.
Yes, I'm so happy. We're going to the train now. Train is there.
Oh, shit, let's hurry up. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Singapore Airlines 787.
It's good.
Lots of leg room for me. Well, when I say lots, I mean enough. It wasn't horrible. It was probably the most comfortable flight I've had.
How about the food?
The food was not great.
I don't like it.
No,
Yeah, the breakfast was not good, hey?
the food was pretty average.
That was breakfast.
That was breakfast.
Yeah, so we'll wait with the lunch food. What will
So
we
hopefully
do?
we're going to get lunch on the next plane.
Yeah. So we're still waiting. We're here.
But for us, of course, we live down south in Dunsborough, Bustleton region in Western Australia. So it was a 3-hour drive for us to head to Perth before we could even get to the airport. We stayed at our friend's place, so we left on the Friday night, stayed at our friend's place and had an early start about 3 a.m. and then headed down to the airport from there. No sleep, no coffee.
No sleep, no coffee. Where, yes, that's right.
3:30 in the morning.
It's 3:30 in the morning. We're going to the airport to go to Philippines.
And caught our plane, 5 hours to Singapore, 2-hour stopover, 4 hours to Manila.
It's crazy.
So once we got to Manila,
So we arrived in Manila around 5:45, and it took us maybe 30 minutes to get all the luggage and everything. And then my family actually picked us up in the airport, and we went to Malaysia to have dinner first because we're so hungry. We're starving.
so the Mall of Asia is 100 acres, is that correct?
Yes.
100 acres of
So
shopping
big.
centre, it's pretty
One
ridiculous.
of the biggest mall in Manila.
And they've just they've just opened up their first IKEA store as well, 65,000 square meters. So it's pretty crazy. Mella's nephew, he told me when I said, that's huge. He said, yes, they make everything big in the Philippines except for the people. So.
Yeah.
That's why I keep bumping my head on everything. I hit my head everywhere in Philippines.
Ah, shucks, yung kay Ate Mabel pala.
My goodness.
I can't even find the stuff.
What is going on here?
Ito kay Bebe Rob.
Oh, Hot Wheels. Okay.
Ito tatlo.
So what are you doing, Mella?
I'm just looking for the stuff. I couldn't find anything.
You see, what's really going on is Mella's bought all of this stuff, and we could bring 30 kilos each on the plane over, but tomorrow's plane we can only take 20 kilos each.
I know, right?
So now she's in a mad rush to try and decrease the weight of the baggage and farm it off to some of her relatives so that we can get on the plane tomorrow. Everybody is waiting downstairs for this process to be finished.
So we went to dinner and stayed in an Airbnb that night.
We're leaving and we're going down. Jeffrey, how's your experience staying in the condo?
It was maliit.
It was maliit.
It was really small.
The bed for you is maliit.
The bed, the shower, the toilet,
Everything is maliit for you.
balcony.
Yeah. Everything is maliit for you because you're malaki.
Waiting for a grab so we can go to the airport.
Like a taxi. How much it is cost?
I don't know, how much was it?
309 pesos.
309 pesos, how much was that?
It's like 13 bucks.
$13. That's alright.
Not too bad.
Alright. And then went for our third flight in the morning. Supposed to be an hour flight. Took us about 8 hours because our flight got delayed due to bad weather. Too many low clouds in Butuan, which is in the southern part of the Philippines.
3 hours.
Why is it delayed?
Because of the rain. And because we're in Philippines. Yes.
So the rain has delayed your flight.
Yeah. Because they couldn't land because of the rain. Yes.
So,
A lot of people.
3 hours. And all we have is Krispy Kreme.
We have free food because the flight is delayed.
So what did you get? Water.
We have free ham and cheese, and we have water. This is ridiculous.
We didn't actually arrive in Butuan until about 6 p.m. or something like that. And then we headed out to your home,
Yes,
where you grew up.
we
anyway.
arrived in Butuan around 6:30, and my mom and dad picked us up, so we rented a van. We went to my hometown, which is called Tungao, small town. So we went there, had dinner with my family, and we celebrated my twin nephews' birthday at the same time as well. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! And yeah, we had so much fun. Jeff actually had a blast with drinking beer with my family too. So, did you
Yeah.
had fun with the beer with ice?
Yeah, so over here, in certain parts of the Philippines anyway, it's really common to drink your beer on ice rather than having your beer bottles on the ice. You put the ice in the beer. That's kind of okay because the beer is quite strong, so 6.97% if you're drinking Red Horse. So we drank a couple of Red Horse beers, just early night, wasn't it?
No, not early night. I don't think so.
So we let's just say we celebrated arriving, but we weren't there yet. So we said hello to everybody there and got up at 5 in.the morning for a 2.5. Well, it ended up being about 3-hour car ride from Butuan to
Surigao.
Or to Surigao. But where does your Lola live?
We actually went to my grandma's place, which is in Sukailang. We stayed there for like 10-15 minutes just to say hi to my grandma and my aunties and uncles. But we needed to be quick to go back to the city to ride, to get on the ferry.
The ferry that we missed.
Yeah, the ferry that we missed because we should be there at 10, but we arrived there at 11. So we think that there's another trip.
Well, we
11:30.
arrived just after 10, but
Yeah.
we were just enough after 10 that everything had been late so far on our trip, except for that ferry that we missed because we were 5 minutes late. So it was another waiting game, which you know tends
An
to
hour
happen.
and a half, maybe.
Hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're just waiting for the ferry and we've got that food there. This is an American hot dog waffle, evidently.
And then it was 3 hours on the ferry, wasn't it?
2 hours and a half.
Two and a half hours on the ferry. Some pretty spectacular views and generally pretty smooth ride. There's a brief minute where you get out in open water, but the rest of the time it's actually generally pretty smooth. So that was nice. And then we finally arrived here, which was Farah Resort in
Around
Surigao.
3 p.m. yesterday.
3 p.m.
And everyone is tired and hungry and oh my god, but I got my brother-in-law and my brother.
This is John.
Yes.
And this is Juden. These two are family. This is Mella's brother, and this is Mella's brother-in-law. This is Ethel. She is Mella's niece.
I decided to cook food for everyone. And yes, it was nice. And me and Jeff went for a quick walk.
Okay, so I don't know if it gets much better than this. I mean, yeah, it's raining, but it's warm and there's no wind. I've got beer. Can't even see it. There's a bar. And Mella's busy because she can shop for clothes. Absolutely perfect.
And Jeff found a small store with
little-
all the beer and the food. And
It's like a little bar, and it
and
was just
clothing
us there.
store.
Oh, it had a clothes store. I mean, they really had the market tied up there. There was beer, burgers, beach, and a clothes shop. So everyone was
So
happy.
Jeff can drink beer as long as, he wants, and I can shop at the same time with a nice view in front of us.
And we need to come up with a business model for that in Australia somewhere. I think there's definitely a market for a clothes shop and pub all in one. I think
Yeah,
that's
maybe
a
we
good
will
idea.
have maybe we will have a lot of Filipino customers with that one. And karaoke as well.
So the weather is, you know, in photos and even some of the videos, it looks really horrible, but it is what they call rainy days. It's the wet season here.
Check out this rain. Holy moly.
And that gives us a couple of things. One, we're not wearing sunscreen, we're not getting sunburnt because the sun's not out, but it is still 28 to 30 degrees pretty much
It's just amazing weather.
all day long, yeah, night and day.
Even
So
if it's raining so hard, but it's just nice tropical weather. It's just warm, and just sit down in the balcony and have a coffee or food or something. It's nice.
yeah, I mean, it's actually nice. We sit here up on the balcony, and the beach is actually, well, I can't see that white bit behind those houses there where the sky is. That's the beach. So we're basically right on the beach here, and the water is just clear. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's spectacular, and it doesn't matter that there's no sun. It just means that it doesn't look very pretty in photos, but it's absolutely beautiful weather. And because it's the off season here, there's no one around. Like, we're the only people here.
Yeah.
It's bloody brilliant.
And we kind of expected this one already because we know it's going to be rainy season. But all we want is just to relax, chill with the family here, and just walk around. And you can still swim. Teka lang. Anytime you want. It's not cold at all. The water is so warm. And you can do a night swimming as well.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, that's where we're up to right now. We're going to head off and try and dodge some of these rain showers, because basically it's like this when there's no rain at all, and then the next minute, without any warning, it's pouring with rain. It's raining properly. And I suppose many people have been to Bali, and it's similar to Bali in the wet season there. So you just got to dodge the showers. But the thing is, if you get wet, it doesn't really matter. As soon as the rain stops, you're dry in 15 minutes anyway, so it's all good. All right, so today we're going to do some exploring. We're going to either hire some motorbikes, or we're going to hire a tuk-tuk or something, depending. If it's going to be raining too much, we might get a tuk-tuk. Otherwise, we'll get some motorbikes. We'll go and have a look around.
See you guys later.
See you later.
Philippines.